As you all probably know, I am technically a chef. I have a degree in hospitality management, culinary arts, and pastry arts. Well, earlier I made a video on how much fun I had playing Hell's Kitchen when it released, and then suddenly I'm the fourth most leveled player in the world. After spending an unhealthy amount of hours playing Hell's Kitchen, I found out a lot of little tips, tricks, and corners to cut that I just wanted to be able to make into a little video to possibly help others who are confused about the game or struggling. Maybe I'm also just sick of being called a hacker for being good at the game, who knows? This sounds oddly familiar. Hopefully, after this video, you may be able to try out some of these tricks and be better at the game as well. So let's get right into it, starting with knowing all the recipes. I know this is pretty self-explanatory, but knowing all the recipes makes it so much easier to remember where to go, and knowing where you're going will make you go faster. Doing the recipes faster does increase your satisfactory score and can even make this go up to 100%. Moving anytime you can. You can move while in the pantry or the fridge. Use that to your advantage. Start moving towards the fridge when in the pantry, and moving towards the cutting boards while in the fridge. Sometimes you might get caught on the fridge and you might not get anywhere, but at least you could try. Another thing I do is open the assembly GUI and then walk over to the servers before assembling and then immediately serving, but I haven't really noticed any difference in how fast this is compared to just assembling and then going to the service counter. So, unlocking or upping your frames per second. Does your mixing look like this? Unlocking your FPS or turning up your FPS in your settings can speed up your mixing to this. It's so much faster, and it makes it much easier to know the next chip. Doing steps while doing other steps. You don't have to follow it exactly as it shows on screen. You can start cooking some things while cutting or mixing. Like with the lamb chops, you can start frying the lamb before cutting the garlic and mixing the mint sauce. Paired with the FPS trick from before, I can start frying my lamb, cut my garlic, mix my sauce, and by the time I'm done and back to my lamb, it's already done. This makes it so much faster because you don't have to wait for your lamb to cook after already cutting and mixing. Use the power-ups in-game. The in-game power-ups are one of your best friends when you use them, or your worst enemies when used against you. I'll go over each of the power-ups and the best time to use them. Time Machine, which costs $50 in-game, is the best for getting recipes done extremely fast. If you're comfortable with the sudden speed of cooking, you can score up to 1,000 points without even needing the Sprint Game Pass. Enable it at the beginning of the round so that it's in use the entire round. I love using Time Machine all the time, not just for the flex of points, but also for the added challenge of going faster. It also grants you more XP because you finish more recipes. Fling Tool also costs $50 in-game and is used to literally fling a player around the kitchen and render them unmovable for a few seconds. This is best used when a player is cooking to possibly burn their food, or when moving to serve a dish, as I have flung someone from the cooking area to the pantry before. Kitchen Demon costs $100 in-game, and is used to slow down a player drastically for 10 seconds. This is best used also when a player is going to serve food, or going from the service station to the pantry or the fridge. Elimination Immunity costs $500 in-game, and is used to avoid elimination in the voting round. I've never seen this get used, and I've never even used it myself. As long as you do good, you'll never be at risk for elimination because you'll always be higher than the last two. So, most people that would benefit from elimination immunity would be newer players, but because it costs $500, they can't usually afford elimination immunity, and that's why I've never seen it be used before. So, I can see devs removing this in a future update. Blackout costs $500 in-game and is used to turn off all the lights in the opposing player's kitchen. I've not seen this be personally used on me before, but I have used it before and didn't really notice a difference in gameplay. It would work best for new players. It would make it really hard for them because they don't know the layout of the kitchen, so they wouldn't be able to know where to go. That just sounds so mean. If you feel you've done bad in a round, don't submit your food. This one sounds a little weird, but I say this because if you don't submit your food doesn't get added to the customer satisfaction level. Meaning, if your team does really well, but you don't want to tank the score and risk losing the round and possibly getting voted out, you could just not submit your food at all, win, and miss being eliminated in that round. Have fun with the game. This game is meant for any age, so lots of kids, teens, and even adults like myself play this game. Yeah, there's a lot of sore losers, but this game is so fun and enjoyable, it's hard to remember the sore losers. It's really easy to continue to just jump into game after game, and it's so much fun when you play with your friends. I can't wait to see the new additions the devs are adding come January. If you're interested, you should join the Hell's Kitchen Discord server regarding updates and talking with others who love the game just as much as I do. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and keep cooking.